At Cope Hill Down on Salisbury Plain, these soldiers are on their final week of training. They're taking part in a brand new urban operations instructors course run by the Infantry Battle School, learning skills they need for future operations. With 70% of the world's population expected to live in cities by 2045, the Army know that future conflict is likely to be centred on the urban environment. And this is one of the best training areas in the country where they can prepare.
With current trends, it's looking increasingly likely, almost certain, I suppose, that we're going to be operating in the urban environment for anything we do operationally. It's the ultimate sort of complex and close terrain. So we spend a lot of our time training in sort of on an open terrain, doing section and platoon attacks. In the urban environment, all those sorts of skills and drills need to be adapted, particularly for the urban environment.
This course is designed for a range of ranks, from corporal to captain, providing them with techniques they need to survive and fight in the urban environment. With a focus now on preparing for contingency operations, training areas like this one at Cope Hill Down can expect to be particularly busy over the next few years. This particular course will be running 3 times this year, training up the trainers from all different cap badges to take the skills back to their units. To make the training as realistic as possible, the soldiers are using the mark-around trainer system. It's paintball with a difference. Donning protective clothing, they'll certainly know if they've been hit, so they have to work as tactically as possible. Their challenge is to clear 3 buildings. It's close up and fast pace throughout, up against a live enemy.
It's the normal bog standard house. It's not the old compounds that we're used to in Iraq. It puts a challenge in work like a real life enemy, so they know that round, the marking round's coming towards them. So they need to start thinking about the aspects of how they're going to move round a corner or over a bit of cover, and keeping low as they possibly can, and using the terrain around them. So yeah, it does put a live feed on it.
Over the next few days, these soldiers will train day and night, going through specially designed simulation buildings and some tight spaces. It's a revision of basic skills, learning how to communicate and command in this environment.
Already having done the MRTS kit before and knowing how much it does hurt, it does make you think before you go in there. You get the adrenaline rush before going in, and you got to make sure your skills and drills are up there because you're going to get hurt otherwise.
Sometimes with blank ammunition you just go through the paces, you just go through it, there's no consequences involved with blank ammunition, where with FTX it does sting, it does mark, so you do think about it as if it was live ammunition, so to speak.
With this training area in demand, there's also the opportunity for integration with other units. Members of 1 Yorks and the King's Royal Hussars are also here training with their Challenger 2 tanks and warriors. So there's the opportunity to see how armoured vehicles can also be used in an attack. Preparing everyone for future conflict and some of the different challenges ahead. Carla Prater, Forces News at Cope Hill Down.